Morning everyone, and welcome to another episode of Sunday Morning Drives. So today we've got something quite special for you because it is actually Frank's own car. It's his brand new Ranger Raptor. He's only had it for about a week, I think, maybe 2 weeks, and it's got less than 1,000 kilometers on the clock. So we're actually really privileged and really grateful that we can review this vehicle. So we're going to be showing you a little bit about some of the features on the outside, some of the features on the inside, and some of Frank's ownership experiences in comparison to the old Raptor that he had as well.
Yeah, so I just picked this up last week. If you haven't watched the delivery video, you can, watch that on our channel. It's really cool. I'm very excited to review this and share this with you because I used to own a last generation Raptor. So it'll be interesting to show you this and maybe do some comparisons to the old Raptor and see what's the differences and different upgrades this new one has. For the week that I've been driving this, it's been pretty amazing actually. So yeah, excited to show you guys this new vehicle right here. Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about and show you is the engine. This is the heart of this car, and this is the most important part of this vehicle. Let's show you. Let's open up the hood. Wow, this is heavy, huh? All right, so this is equipped with a V6 3-liter twin-turbo petrol engine, which is so different from the last generation. The last generation Ranger Raptor had a 2-liter 4-cylinder diesel engine, bi-turbo diesel engine. So this V6 engine makes around 400 horsepower and 583 Newton meters of torque. And the last generation Ranger Raptor made only about 210 horsepower and 500 Newton meters of torque. So in terms of power, this V6 actually almost double the power of the last generation. So that's really amazing. You can totally feel the power gain, even though this is such a heavy car, but it still feels quite light on the feet because it's got so much power in reserve.
All right everyone, so we're up here at the front of the new Ranger Raptor, and the first thing that I notice is that it's a very tall car. You can see that it comes up all the way up to my chest, which is pretty amazing. And then we've got the big Ford logo up the front here. This is something that's only for the Raptor. It looks really nice, and it's very high quality, and it definitely sets it apart from a normal Ranger. Very distinctive. Very distinctive. And then we've obviously got the C daytime running light. That looks really amazing when the car's running, makes it look really modern. And then we've got some vents here obviously. This one here is actually an active vent. So Frank tells me that this actually opens to let more air and let more cooling through into the radiators. So that's pretty incredible as well. And then we've got a big bash plate at the bottom here for the Raptor, and that is to stop stones and to stop things from hitting your engine and hitting your sump. Yeah, that's really important when you go off-road, because you might hit some large rocks and stuff. Yeah. So this is to protect the engine and the sump. Yeah. And this is really thick, right, Frank? It's 2.3 millimeters, and pure steel, man. Yeah, pure steel. Yeah. You can listen to that. That's pretty thick. That's tough. That is very tough, yeah. So I do really like the front of this car. It looks really mean, it looks really tough, it looks really aggressive. Exactly what you want from a Ranger Raptor. And it looks really similar to the F-150 Lightning Raptor as well. Exactly. Awesome. It uses the design cue from the F-150 now. So, it's more like its big brother now. It's really good. Yeah, absolutely. These vents are functional. Yep, this vent here goes all the way to the into the wheel well. Very small but functional. Yep. And then on the side here, we've got the big tires. These are 285 wide tires, so they're quite wide. And then we've got a 17-inch alloy wheel. We've got double wishbone suspension at the front, so very similar to the previous generation. And we have Fox shock absorbers or dampers. Yeah, 2.5 inch. 2.5 inch. But in this generation, the difference is that they are adjustable, so they're active suspension. You can actually feel the difference when you go between the different modes. Yeah, it's just the firmness. Yeah. Frank tells me that this is actually real. These vents actually do have a function, even though it may not seem like it. There are some small openings for the bonnet vents and also the fender vents. Yeah. So at least they are functional, right?
I thought in the beginning they were not, but then I did a very thorough investigation into the engine bay and found out they are.
Okay.
Although the vents are very small, but they are functional, so happy to report.
Very nice. Cool, moving to the side, we've got the big side mirror, really large side mirror actually, with the camera down the bottom here. And we've also got the blind spot assist on the side of the mirror right there. So the side plates are really helpful because they help you to get in and out of the car really easily, because it is quite a tall car. So you can, step up to here and then use the grab handle, and you can get in and out of the car really easily, which is a really nice design feature.
Yeah, that's how you get in and out of the large ute.
We've also got a really nice looking Raptor logo there.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Very important.
And this is solid metal.
Yep, very nice, very solid metal. The bumper at the back here as well is actually solid metal. So it may look like this is plastic, but this is actually solid
steel
metal
bumper.
as well.
Really good.
So very tough, very tough car. So we're here at the back of the truck, and I just wanted to talk to you about the suspension on the Ranger Raptor, because this is the biggest difference between the Ranger Raptor and the standard Ranger. So on the standard Ranger, we've got leaf spring suspension at the back, but on the Ranger Raptor, we've got independent coil spring suspension with a Watts linkage in the middle, joining the two sides. And I really love the exhausts. The exhausts come all the way up into the body, and that is just to give you more ground clearance. Gives you a little bit more ability for the car, and it means that your exhaust is not going to hit on anything if you're going off-road. I really like the design of the new tail light. The shape is a lot better. There's a lot more design, there's a lot more kind of sculpture that's gone into it, and it looks amazing as well, with all the red and the white and all the LEDs. There's also the blind spot monitoring radar here, housed in the tail light itself, so that's really nice. We've also got the Ford logo, which is a different color to the previous generation. The previous generation was silver, whereas this one is bronze. It matches with the key of the car actually, so it's really nice that they've tied in those details together. And then we've also got the big Raptor logo at the back as well. All right, so talking about the towing capacity, the Ranger Raptor has a 2.5 ton braked towing capacity, and that is just because it doesn't have leaf springs and it's not a diesel, so the towing capacity is a little bit lower. And then once we open up the tray, you'll be able to see that there are clamp points for your tools and for working on things at the back of the tray here. Cool, so one small feature that we found as well is that there are actually anchor points here for fixing your tray lid. And that's really handy because it means that you don't have to do any drilling, you don't have to do any modifications, it'll just go straight in. And then you can put other things on top of your lid. So really nice.
Okay, let's jump inside the Ranger Raptor. So this generation is a brand new interior design, which I love. It's totally new from the last generation, from materials to design to the technology to the screens. It's all brand new. So you can see there is a large 12-inch screen right in the center for infotainment, and also a 12-inch screen right in front of the driver as well. I'll turn the engine on. So this is the key here. As you can see, that Luan mentioned before, the logo outside actually matches the key, the color of this metal here. It's a bronze color, it looks really nice. So I turn the engine on. Right, you can see the screen comes up. There's a nice animation built up forward, that's really nice. So that's the 12-inch gauge cluster screen for the driver. And this is the 12-inch screen for the infotainment. We've got ample storage in this new generation, which I really love. So we got two cup holders right here, and also this is funny. We've got like a little hole here. If you zoom in here, there's like a little signage. It's for your fries.
Trust the Americans to make a car that has a fries holder.
Yeah, how cool is that?
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, and then we have phone charger, wireless charging here. We've got two data points, Type C and Type A. You know, all these is standard. We've got the driving, the lever here, drive selector lever. you know, electric parking. You've got the drive mode dial here, some of the off-road settings and auto start-stop. And it's amazing how much cup holders this one has. So if you go to the passenger side, there's a cup holder right here as well. It's really, really good. So if you put your drinks here, this vent actually cools or heats up your drink, keep it hot or cool. It's really smart. You've got a little cubby hole right here for your little things. We've got a compartment right here for your little things as well. Glove compartment down here. And also another cup holder on the driver's side as well. Okay, so let's go look at the top of the roof. So over here, obviously that's the rear view mirror. You've got like auto dimming functionality. It's really nice. They have a USB right here on the driver's side. So you can mount, which I have already, a dash cam right here. And this type A USB actually provides power for your dash cam. So that's really, really good design. You can also see up here, you've got obviously lights, your sunglasses compartment, and these switches are really cool because these utes, people like to modify them and add accessories to them. So in the new generation, they added these switch points to allow you to connect different accessories with power to these switches, so you can switch them on and off. That's really, really nice.
So that could be used for like a light bar, for example?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Things
like that.
That's really amazing, actually, that they've added that into the car by default. That's really
because
cool.
I think that's one thing that people complained about, you know, some of the last generation or even the general utes, to have this and that they really listen to their customers. That's a really nice thing. Good job, Ford. So this is the central infotainment screen. This is a huge step up from last generation. The screen is massive, wouldn't you say so?
Yeah, it's really big. It's really nice.
Yeah.
It's really bright as well, which is what I noticed. In the sunlight, it's still really readable.
Yeah.
And it's very easy to use as well, which is great.
So on the top here, you have a bar that's always fixed. And down here, this climate control section is always fixed as well. So that's really easy to navigate. So if you touch the center one, this pop-ups the main menu, shows you the major functionalities of this. Close that. And this one is to configure your vehicle. You can see that the little graphic changes. It's really nice touch. So this is all for your vehicles. Your camera, your towing, blah, blah, blah. And settings for your vehicles. A lot of settings. I won't go through all of them, but just to show you how much configurability this is. Pretty amazing. One thing I have to mention, this is really cool. It's called zone lighting. This functionality, if you turn it on, once you switch off the engine while you're in park, you can turn on different sides of the light of the vehicle, so it actually illuminates your surroundings of this vehicle. That's really handy if you go camping and if you go to somewhere where the light is really dim. So yeah, this is amazing. I haven't tested, but I believe at night this is a very, very nice, good functionality. So it's really good that there still remain the physical dials and buttons for the climate control. You can turn this to operate change the temperature that you want, but you can also do this you know, on the screen as well. So you can do this both ways. Okay, let's jump to the back of the vehicle. The back seat space is actually quite roomy, quite generous. I'm 175. This is my driving position. I still got plenty of knee room, got like almost 2 fists of knee room, and a lot of headroom as well. It's like a fist. If I close the door, you know, lots of room, you know, between me and the next passenger. But if we are sitting 3 people across here, it might get a bit tight. I've actually fitted a child seat right here, just to show you. They've got ISOFIX points right here, and there's a anchor point at the back of the seat. You can anchor this too, so that's really good. So even with a child seat here, the space still feels quite you know, quite nice and roomy, so that's really good. Okay, let's see the center. At the center here, there are vents for the rear passenger, which is really good. They didn't have this for the last generation Raptor, so it's really good to have. We also have charging points, the USB-C and USB-A right here, so that's really good for charging your devices. Really cool. Okay, there are a bit more storage behind this, the back seat as well. You can pull this up and down. There's a couple of cup holders right here. There are small pockets here for your maps. That's really good. This is the lever. If you pull it, you can actually pull this whole seat upwards. There are more storage under here as well, so that's really good. And if you can see from the side, on the door panel, there's also quite a lot of storage there for your bottles, your map, your smaller stuff. So yeah, great job Ford. Really practical car.